So welcome to another one of our videos during the 16 days of activism against gender-based violence. And today we have another parishioner, Dante Halverson, who has been a parishioner at St. Charles for how many years, Dante?
I would say just before COVID.
Right, so you're quite new here.
Quite new.
So welcome, and it's awesome to have you here. And Dante works at the Teddy Bear Clinic. So I thought it would be a great idea to have him on to hear what the Teddy Bear Clinic is about, why he got involved with the Teddy Bear Clinic, and in context of gender-based violence, how this, the Teddy Bear Clinic plays such an important role. So Dante, maybe you can just let it talk to us.
Thank you very much. I don't know if it's an honor or privilege, but I'm very proud maybe to give some information about where I work and what it is the foundation does. You refer to it as the clinic.
Yeah.
It is originally known as the clinic since 1986, but with time they've now changed to the foundation.
Okay, apologies.
So it's still this transformation phase of the name, but everybody around in Gauteng who's been involved knows it as the Teddy Bear Clinic.
I'm one of them.
The Teddy Bear Clinic is stationed mainly in Gauteng, and it has branches in Johannesburg, Soweto and Krugersdorp. Why it hasn't expanded, I think it's purely based on funding, and I think the need is very high here. And the foundation would love to spread its wings, and at the moment we are doing something in another 2 provinces in the country, and I can maybe just give a bit more information about that later. So yes, the foundation is non-profit, and its sole purpose is to seek its mission, which is child abuse no more. It was established by Professor Tony then in 1986 to address the child abuse, both sexual and physical problems that come to the fore in the Old Transvaal and the Gauteng province. The whole purpose of that is to assist the child that's under trauma, to contain that trauma, and to help the child to overcome that trauma through various programs and services that the foundation provides, through its social work program and through its very outreach programs that it has in the province.
Awesome. So is it mostly for children, or?
Okay. The focus is on children, but it includes parents, and it includes outreach programs, which includes the communities. In terms of the communities, it's the schools and the general rural area or community area, involving faith-based organizations, civil society organizations, other NPOs not necessarily involved in child abuse, but that can help and make a contribution towards programs.
Are they involved in education programs? Do they go out and educate the community?
Yes, they go to education. Yeah. They do it at schools, they do it in the communities, they do it on street corners, they do it wherever they can to spread the message of whatever the topic of the day is that they go out to do it, which could be the common one and the strong one is the safe space environment, where especially girls are given the knowledge and skills on how to have bodily autonomy, the right to say no, where they can be confident of who they are, the opportunity for them to say no, this is not who I am and this is not what I want. And they're also given skills to overcome that and how to also lead other girls in the area and community on the same.
So peers.
Yes, also the peer side as well. And at schools also train the teachers and the educators of how to recognize child abuse and how to involve organizations like the foundation in bringing it to the fore so that it can be addressed.
Okay.
And community leaders, the same approach would be taken. Okay. There are different approaches, because the one could be with school children and where the child act is at fore, whereas outside in the communities it's young women, and there are different referral programs, etc., that they would have to follow.
Wow, so they're actually getting into all different age groups.
Yes, very much so.
Lovely. So Dante, and here we're focusing more on the gender-based violence issue. If there is some form of gender-based violence within a family, would the Teddy Bear Foundation or the clinic, would that be a resource for somebody to go to, a mother and her children, where they are threatened in the home? Would they be able to go to Teddy Bear Clinic?
Yes,
Foundation?
The foundation today doesn't just look at treating the problem of the child physically.
Okay.
It goes further now in terms of addressing the parents or addressing the boys through a diversion program, as they call it. Gender-based violence is another form of punishment that has come to the fore. It wasn't an initial thrust of the foundation as far as I can recall, but with COVID, I joined there at the time of COVID, and in my initial impressions, I didn't really get a feel for exactly what the foundation was doing, because it was very slowed down and
different, yeah.
It was totally different. But the cases came in. My role wasn't to get involved in cases like that, but I became aware of abuse, sexual abuse and physical abuse. And with time, through COVID, with families being affected, people losing their jobs, etc., the incident of gender-based abuse, violence came to the fore more and more, and the clinic was asked to go and service that more and more and provide education and training
and counseling,
all in the whole program to face gender-based violence. So much so that today it's actually an integral part of the foundation, where the foundation was more or less, I think, focused on the child abuse no more. Gender-based violence has come almost on the same platform and receiving the same attention and focus. Dr. Omar, for example, who's the current clinic director, as we call her, she's sort of steering the government framework on gender-based violence and the various pillars. And she's playing an instrumental role, and through that, the foundation is sort of tagging along and trying to be at the forefront for gender-based violence programs. So I think it's a real subject today, as it's in the past. You see,
and it's awesome that they are, that they're following the
pillars.
Say the trend. What is it? The pillars.
The pillars.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
I think that's a better word.
I think it's the 6 pillars or something. Yes.
Yeah. So that's wonderful. So Dante, we don't want to. This is not a long video. It's just, it's to create an awareness to the parish and to also show our parishioners that there are people within the parish who work in these kinds of organizations, who have experience in these organizations, or in their work that they do, and that's the whole idea here. So I wonder if you could maybe just let people know, where could they contact the Teddy Bear Foundation direct?
Anybody can contact the foundation directly. There is a number. We can give that number later on.
Okay, we'll put it up.
The main call would go to the office in Johannesburg. I just also want to let you know that the foundation also provides medical services. We have a medical unit at the Johannesburg Hospital that focuses on the real cases of sexual abuse or physical abuse of the child. So if a parent phones through to the foundation will take it from there. They don't turn anybody away, but they might refer a child depending on the circumstances or the condition of the child. And it could be referred to our hospital unit, or it could be referred directly to a social worker, depending on the severity of the case. So yes, anybody can call in on the foundation.
I guess the focus is on the child.
It is the child. But the parents are included as well.
Sure,
yes,
but,
It is the child. So the foundation is there. And of course, to let the parishioners know there's no cost involved. The foundation gives all its services for free.
Wow. Okay.
It's very privileged to receive funding from very strong donors, funders who believe in what the foundation is doing. And because of that, they're able to take the child through a 6-7 week program to try and rehabilitate the child and make the child feel acceptable and comfortable in the wide world out there again.
Okay.
So it's a costly exercise, but it's a rewarding exercise. And we have social workers in all 3 regions, and social auxiliary workers, plus as students come there. The foundation also trains young students. They come and volunteer and they get involved and they learn how to interact with children, how to lead, ask questions, etc., and how to work with play therapy and that. So
Fantastic.
there's a lot of goodness in the foundation. So people mustn't be afraid to come forward, bring the child forward. There's confidentiality, there's protection.
Okay.
It's very, very well run in terms of that. You know, we see an average through all 3 branches of about 200 children a month.
Okay.
One of the fascinating things I learned for the first time the other day, I saw for the first time the other day, was a thing called court prep, where the cases that go to court, the foundation trains and guides the child on how to behave and react in a courtroom. And the first time I went to one of these court preps, there were 70 children.
Sure.
It was so sad. I was stunned to see that number of kids there.
Sure.
So there's a lot of children in the area, in our district, even beyond the district of Gauteng, they come in. And the foundation is always willing to assist. If it cannot assist a child, it will always seek assistance from other NPOs that give similar programs.
Sure. I can see we could carry on, we could have this discussion and we could go on, but we are going to have to end. We did promise to keep these videos short. So thank you, Dante. Thanks for your time. Thanks for sharing all that with us. I'm sure a lot of parishioners have learned a lot. I have.
You know,
so thank you.
If I can say, there's always an opportunity to any parishioner to phone the foundation, and if they want to talk on about gender-based violence or on sexual and reproductive health and rights, they can always contact the foundation and they will come.
Fantastic.
We have a wonderful outreach program called Savisa that we take to the schools. It means sexual violence in South African schools. And it covers 8 to 10 topics of how the child and the girl, even the boy now, can be focused on how to behave, how to treat people fairly and differently.
Awesome. Wow, a lot of good work. Thank you, Dante.
Only a pleasure.
Thank you.
Thank you.
God bless.